Man, did you see those tens of millions of pissed off people who showed up to Operation American Spring? Yeah, no surprise that was a complete and utter flop. According to most estimates, only a few hundred people showed up, which means that the best they could manage was some of the lower points of Occupy Wall Street. I mean, these wingnuts said that they were going to rise up in mass numbers reminiscent of the Arab Spring starting as far back as 2011, where the Egyptian people rised up to throw Mubarak out of office. So what happened? What happened that caused people not to show up to the Second American Revolution? Well, according to many sources, it was because it rained. That's right. The truly wretched of the earth have spoken up. That's right. It's totally comparable. As the Egyptian people rose up against a corrupt government, they faced brutal police oppressions, the military being called in. People were killed in the streets. People were violently suppressed. There were fires. There were riots everywhere. The organizer of the event actually said that he was afraid that Obama was going to call in drone strikes on him, that there was going to be brutal military oppression against people for rising up like this. And apparently, what was it that actually stopped freedom from ringing once again? A few inches of rain. Let me get this straight. Privileged middle-class white people weren't outraged enough to brave rain. When the Egyptian people stood up against Mubarak and the corrupt government they had, they were willing to sit outside, live outdoors for months watching each other's backs. There were Christians watching Muslims while they were praying, and there were Muslims watching Christians while they're praying in this big collective effort to oust a corrupt government that none of them wanted. They were willing to sit out there in the worst of conditions for months at a time. In contrast, the Operation American Spring people said they sold out all of the motels within a 30-mile radius of the planned event in Washington, D.C., and said most of their protesters were going to stay most of the weekend. I couldn't think any more of a pathetic failure. At least Occupy Wall Street, with all of its flaws, actually tried. They tried to do something. Well, you know me well enough by now to know where this is going. This is obviously going to turn into me bashing first world people, how they were too weak to actually brave rain to fight for their rights. Meanwhile, people in the third world dodge bullets, get killed, face environmental disasters, all of which because they're the truly oppressed of the world. But that would be just rehashing many things I've already said. Well, since you don't like the rain, let me show you how the people of Venezuela celebrate their victories in the rain when you can't even handle it to fight for your rights. Thank you for watching. Please comment and rate the video. If you liked it, hit subscribe or check out some of these other great videos. If you wish, share it on social media. While you're at it, why don't you follow me on Twitter? And if you got time, go on over to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available.